Imagine this: a slick politician strutting out like he owns a room, hair gelled to perfection, suit sharp enough to slice bread, and a grin that screams, "I got this locked down." That's Gavin Newsom, California's golden child governor, who's been riding progressive wave. While quietly paddling toward a White House bid, he's got charm buzzwords and a media team that could probably win an Oscar for spinning disasters. But then out of nowhere comes Anna, Kasparian journalist, truth slayer, and absolute force of nature, armed with nothing but cold, hard facts, a wit sharper than a samurai's sword, and an attitude that says, "I'm done with this nonsense." What happened next wasn't a debate. It wasn't even a roast. It was a full-throttle, no-holds-barred demolition of Newsom's shiny image. And the internet is still losing its mind over it. Welcome to the day Anna Kasparian turned Gavin Newsom's political dreams into a masterclass in accountability, all without breaking a sweat. Buckle up, folks. This is a story of a takedown that shook California and left the governor scrambling to save face. Let's paint the picture. It's 2025, and Gavin Newsom is still California's golden boy, flashing that $1,000,000 smile and tossing promises like candy at a parade. He's a guy who's perfected the art of looking like a progressive superhero while quietly signing off on deals that make you wonder if he's secretly a corporate intern. Climate change. He's all about it when the cameras are on homelessness. He's got a plan. Or so he claims. While tents pile up under freeway bridges, water shortages, he'll nod gravely about drought, while 0 new reservoirs get built. This is Newsom's California state, where the Instagram filter is flawless, but the reality is a dumpster fire. For years, he's danced around accountability like a pro, dodging tough questions with charm and buzzwords until Anna Kasparian stepped into the arena. Anna didn't come to mess around. She didn't come to yell or throw shade for clout. No, she did something way more dangerous. She brought receipts, mountains of them, facts, figures, and a narrative so clear it could cut glass. This wasn't just a critique of the governor. It was a masterclass in shredding a political brand, delivered with the precision of a surgeon and the sting of a swarm of bees. By the time Anna was done, Newsom's image wasn't just dented, it was shattered, and the internet was eating it up like it was the greatest show on earth. Let's rewind to get why this hit so hard. Gavin Newsom has spent years crafting a persona as California's savior. He's a guy who talks green energy while greenlighting oil permits over brunch. He's the one who promises to fix homelessness while $24 billion meant to tackle the crisis vanishes like it was swallowed by a black hole. He's the one who stood before voters in 2014 nodding as they approved a measure to fund reservoirs to fight California's endless droughts. Fast forward to 2025. 0 reservoirs built, none zip, nothing. Meanwhile, wildfires burn, crime spikes, and the streets of Los Angeles and San Francisco look like something out of post-apocalyptic flick. Newsom's response: more photo ops, more buzzwords, and a whole lot of blaming everyone but himself. Enter Anna Kasparian, a journalist who's made a career calling out garbage no matter who's dishing it. She's not here for applause or viral clips, though she got both. She's here because she's a Californian who's watched her state turn into a case study in failure. And she's had it. When she sat down to confront Newsom's record, it wasn't a debate. It was a reckoning. She didn't need to scream or wave her arms. She laid out facts, connected dots, and let Newsom's contradictions bury him. It was like watching someone calmly dismantle a sandcastle while the builder stood there frozen. Let's break it down. Anna started big. California's a wreck, and Newsom steering the ship. Homelessness, skyrocketing crime, climbing infrastructure, falling apart. And that $24 billion meant to fix the homeless crisis gone vanished, unaccounted for, like it fell into a void labeled incompetence. Anna didn't just mention this. She painted a picture of a state where people live in tents under bridges, where sidewalks are a health hazard, and where taxpayers are funding policies that don't work. She called out Newsom for funneling public money to nonprofits that in some cases were buying crack pipes to hand out on Skid Row. There's video proof, she said, and you could almost hear Newsom's PR team scrambling to change the subject. But Anna wasn't stopping there. She zeroed in on Newsom's environmental record, or lack of it. California's been screaming about drought forever, yet Newsom's delivered 0 progress on those. Voter-approved reservoirs 0. She hammered him for cozying up to corporate giants like PG&E, the utility blamed for sparking wildfires because they wouldn't update their ancient equipment. Newsom's moved, bailing them out, protecting them, letting Californians pay the price in lives and homes. Anna didn't just call this out. She framed it as a betrayal of the people he's supposed to serve. He's selling out Americans to corporate interests, she said, her voice steady, but her words sharp enough to slice through Newsom's polished facade. What made Anna's takedown so brutal wasn't just the facts, it was how she delivered them. She didn't need to shout or grandstand. Every word was a laser-guided missile. She called Newsom a snake, a smarmy failure, the slimiest Democratic politician on the local stage. But it wasn't personal. It was principled. She wasn't going after his hair or suits or the internet. Had a field day with those later. She was attacking his record, his hypocrisy, the mindset that lets a leader coast on charisma while state crumbles. Let's talk hypocrisy. Newsom's built a brand as a progressive champion, the kind of guy who gets cheers on cable news for talking climate and equity. But Anna ripped back the curtain to show a governor more interested in donor dinners than delivering results. Remember the French Laundry fiasco during COVID, when Californians were locked down, told to skip indoor dining. Newsom was caught whining and dining with lobbyists at one of the state's ritziest spots. Anna didn't let that slide. She called it unacceptable, a slap to every Californian who followed the rules while their governor partied with elites. Then there's a political cowardice. Anna didn't just hit Newsom's policies. She went for his soul. She painted him as a man with presidential ambitions, but no spine. He waits for polls, headlines, and donor checks to decide his values. She argued leadership isn't about timing your principles to match the news cycle. It's about having principles, period. Newsom's response: silence, nothing, no. Fiery comeback, no clever post, no press release. His team must have been in meltdown mode, because when you're getting roasted, this hard silence is the loudest admission of guilt. The internet went wild. Anna's takedown spread faster than a wildfire in the Dry Canyon. Clips of her shredding Newsom's record flooded X, Reddit, YouTube, every corner of the web where people love a good reckoning. Memes popped up like mushrooms. Gavin Newsom's hair gel can't fix this burn. Read one. Another showed Anna as a superhero labeled truth teller, with Newsom cowering. Reaction videos flooded in, commentators from all sides quoting her. Some cautiously, others with glee, even centrists usually scared to pick a side nodded along. Anna didn't just win the internet, she dominated it. Why did this hit so hard? Because Anna tapped into something bigger than Newsom. She gave voice to a growing anger with politicians who treat public office like a reality show. Newsom's not the only one guilty, but he's the poster boy. He's turned California into a stage for his White House dreams, using the state as a backdrop for photo ops while real problems fester. Homelessness isn't a prop. Wildfires aren't a talking point. Taxpayers aren't here to fund your next campaign ad. Anna's takedown wasn't just about one governor. It was a call out to every politician who picks image over substance. Let's zoom out. California's a snapshot of what's happening nationwide. People are fed up, tired of leaders who promise the moon and deliver dirt, tired of buzzwords like equity and sustainability thrown around while tents multiply and fires burn, tired of politicians who act like they're above accountability. Anna didn't just call out Newsom, she called out a system that lets people like him thrive. She spoke for every Californian who's seen their state slide into chaos while their governor dreams of bigger stages. What's crazy is how Anna did it. No megaphone, no dramatic soundtrack, no screaming or shade for clout. She laid out the truth plain and simple, letting it do the heavy lifting. It was like watching a chef carve a roast, precise, efficient, devastating. She exposed Newsom's contradictions with clarity that makes you wonder why nobody said it sooner. His progressive posturing, a sham, his leadership, a mirage, his promises, as empty as California's reservoirs. The best part, Newsom had no defense. His usual playbook: smile, drop a buzzword, pivot to photo op, didn't work. Anna had him cornered, not with emotion, but with logic. She wasn't ranting. She was reasoning. She wasn't throwing punches. She was landing surgical strikes. Every time she spoke, you could feel Newsom's image crumbling like a sandcastle. At high tide, the internet didn't just love it. They amplified it. Clips of Anna's takedown were shared, remixed, memed into oblivion, each one a reminder you can't outrun the truth. When someone's keeping score, the fallout. Newsom's team went into damage control, but it was like fixing a sinking ship with paper towels. A silent scream, guilt, no rebuttal, no counterargument. Just quiet that said she's right. And we know it. Meanwhile, Anna's words kept spreading, picking up steam with every share. Commentators started asking big questions. Is Newsom's presidential dream dead? Has his progressive cred taken a fatal hit? What does this mean for Democrats who've leaned on him as a rising star? The truth, Anna's takedown wasn't just a bad day for Newsom. It was a wake-up call for political establishment. People are done with performative progressivism, done with leaders who talk big but fumble to follow through, done with politicians who treat constituents like props in a campaign ad. Anna didn't just expose Newsom. She exposed a broken system that rewards style over substance, optics over outcomes, and she did it with credibility Newsom could never buy, because it comes from living in the state. He's failed from seeing the tents, the wildfires, the unbuilt reservoirs up close. Where does this leave us? Newsom will survive. Politicians always do. He's got money, connections, hair gel to keep him afloat, But his image that's taken a hit no PR team can fully fix Anna didn't just check him, she put his brand on trial. And the verdict was brutal guilty of promising the world and delivering a wasteland. The internet's still buzzing, memes are still circulating, and somewhere, Newsom's probably staring at his reflection, wondering how it all went wrong. As for Anna, she's not just a journalist. Now she's a movement, a one-woman truth squad, who showed us what accountability looks like. It's not loud or flashy or bankrolled by corporate cash. It's honest, sharp, unrelenting the next time Newsom steps to Mike Hill. No Anna's watching. And so we don't forget to comment, and subscribe for more dramatic celebrity showdowns.